Hey guys, Jocelyn here with Fantasia Elegance. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make 3 different styles of fancy decorative hook clasps and their matching loop ends. And these are a really great way to add some fancy flair to your wire wrapped pendants and bracelets. So to make all of these styles we'll just be using some 20 gauge wire, and I'll be using sterling silver from Rio Grande. You can use any kind of wire you like as long as it is 20 gauge, round, dead soft. And for one of these styles you will also need some 24 gauge round dead soft wire. So for our final style, this one's actually my favorite, we're going to once again take the 20 gauge round dead soft wire. And for this one we're going to actually cut the same amount of wire for both the hook and the loop portion, which is going to be 3 1/4 inches, or 8.4 centimeters. So we'll cut 2 identical pieces. And you have probably got the trick of this now. We're going to start our hook portion by putting a little loop in the end. But then for the little wrap we do here, we're going to do it smaller than the others, because we're going to have a longer tail below it. We're going to have some little swirls below it, so we want to make this upper loop a little bit smaller. And we're going to kind of start doing a figure 8 move with this guy. So we're going to put a second equally sized loop in the bottom, as you can see there, starting to do a figure 8. But then as we bring this back up, we're going to put a little swirly gig right in here. Just like that. And then, where this comes up and meets right here, we're going to put a little swirl in. So I'm just going to take this little tail and start looping it and do a curve going that other direction. And you'll probably need to trim off a little bit here. I have some excess. I'll just trim that. And you can use your round nose pliers to really help put in this little loop. So that's what we have, and then I'm going to hammer, as before, this portion of the hook. And a trick, you can kind of open this back up a little bit, the hammer along there, so that you don't hit your loop, your little swirl. And then finally, for this one, we're going to pull out our 24 gauge round dead soft wire, and we're just going to wrap this a little bit right here to give it some more stability and keep it from springing open. So we don't need very much for that. Really only about an inch or so. So I'll just cut a short little bit there, put a U-shaped bend in it, and then drop it right over where those 2 wires cross. Just like that. And then we'll wrap it. You really only need about 2 wraps or so to make sure that is secured. And just snipping those ends off on the back. And for this tail to secure it, I might wrap it just once around, not both of those wires, but the outer one here. So there we have our third style of hook. Let's go ahead and make the matching loop. So for that, go ahead and take your other 3 1/4 inch piece of wire, and for this one we're going to start slightly off center. And as before, just putting in a little teardrop shape here. And go ahead and take the longer wire, we're going to be working with that one first. Point it on straight down. You can get this shorter one out of the way by putting it at 90-degree angles there like that. And for this shorter one, we're going to go about 1/4 inch of a straight portion. Send it off to the side and put in a little loop. And then bend it back up so it's lying right next to itself, like that. So they're running parallel. And you can kind of bend it off to the side a little bit. So you've got these two pieces going mostly parallel. And then we're going to take this other tail that was going at right angles, and we're going to wrap both of those wires at once. And you want them to be flat next to each other. We're just going to wrap around there several times. And smushing that tail on down at the back. And I'm just tightening these wraps down so that they cover the entire portion where those two wires were going parallel. And then you've got this little tail here. We're just going to put a little swirl in with him. So there's our loop with our little swirl inside, and I'm going to go ahead and hammer both this outer portion and the swirl. So these are our 3 different completed styles. Let me know in the comment section below which one was your favorite, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, found it helpful and easy to follow. Do check out my channel. I have a lot of jewelry projects as well as some of these, components and findings tutorials. A lot of beginner-friendly stuff, so go ahead and check that out at my channel. And if you wouldn't mind also checking out my Etsy shop and Facebook page, the links are in the description section below. And go ahead and like and subscribe and hit that little notification bell. I do have a lot more tutorials planned that will be coming out, and you want to make sure you don't miss those. So thanks so much for watching, and happy crafting!